Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrible General Health System's Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
All right, welcome back to Bayou Time Sports. I'm Martin Folse. Very pleased to have in the studio the victorious Berwick High School baseball team. They are state champions once again. Coaches were just telling me it's been a few years, not many, since they won their last one, but they brought it home this year. And certainly we're going to meet the players in a little bit, but we're going to talk with the coaches. Coach Seth Henry, who's right next to me, and his father, Lud Henry, who I got to tell you, back in the day was a great baseball player, and he went on to play at McNeese. Seth played at Tulane, but Lud Henry, he was something to be reckoned with when we played Berwick. And when we played Berwick, we always knew he was going to be a key part of that Berwick team. So first of all, thank you all and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
All right. So, Seth, we'll start with you because you're the head coach.
That's right.
Got to start with the head coach. Dad's had his time, huh? Right? Okay. So, tell me about this team because, y'all defeat Doyle 4-2. And at one point, we'll start rolling in a few highlights of the game. But tell me about the season.
So the season, it wasn't always pretty for us. Early on, we dealt with a bunch of injuries, and we played a really tough schedule, so that made it even harder. We had a lot of senior guys. We had 8 seniors in the starting lineup, come championship game. And really, going into the playoffs, it was just a matter of we wanted to make sure our guys were healthy. As long as those guys were healthy, I thought we had a good shot.
There's always a point in the season. I mean, you can look at any team, whether it's high school, college, pro. You can watch the basketball games going on right now in the NBA. There's always a turning point where you feel like that team has crossed the hurdle or they've got over the road bump. When did you sense that your team was starting to get that confidence or that moxie that it takes to win a state championship?
Really, it was kind of getting into the playoffs. Our last game against Assumption, I thought we played a really good game. And really, we had about, 3 of the last 4 regular season games. I felt like we were starting to play well, really kind of starting to get together. And then once we got in the playoffs, with those guys that were there last year in the championship game, I felt like that was an advantage for us. They kind of were able to turn that light switch on a little bit brighter and, get ready to go.
And I got to say that success breeds success. So when you're growing up, and you have a dad sitting right next to you that was pretty doggone good. What does that mean? I mean, did that sort of transition easily to you, or was it something, did it put more pressure on you to make sure that you excelled, or how was that?
No, I don't think it added any pressure. It made it easy for sure, with being around him all the time, even just throwing baseballs in the front yard, telling me how to catch it, how to throw it, how to hit, how to do all this. Right. From a very young age, but, by the time I got older, I kind of started to have that coach's mind and think about those little situations on my own. So it definitely helped out.
Yeah. And let me go to Lud because naturally, it's been a few years since we faced each other and he was on that Berwick team. But as you're looking at it now, and I always tell people life sort of settles down when you get to be our age, you appreciate things for what they are. How does it feel to have a son that brings back a state championship?
No, it was special. It was special. watching him grow as a coach. It was more fun. I always said this. It was more fun to be a player than it is a coach. Because I didn't get too nervous as a player, but as a coach, because you don't have control of things, it kind of puts you on edge. Because I know what I would do as a player in those situations, but not. And hopefully by the time, and I think these guys, they played for Seth for the last. Since they were 8 years old. So they kind of took his personality and his toughness and ran with it, And, those 3 years, when we won it in 78 as a player, that was special. And 18, that was really the first year after my retirement that I got back into it and we won it. That was special. And this was even more special because a couple of those guys out there, they're all family, but a couple of those guys out there are actually part of our family. So that makes it even more special.
Yeah. And Berwick just has a tradition as we look at some of the highlights. Y'all have always had some great athletes coming through Berwick. I mean, I can remember just Black Joe Guillot,
Yep.
way back, the Roby shows, yourself. I mean, just so many athletes that came through. Everyone who's ever played Berwick in any kind of sport knows you got to bring your A game. And is that just do you sense that's sort of a tradition at the school, or is it just they got a lot of good athletes around Berwick? I'm trying to figure it out.
I think with the baseball side of it, it's it's kind of a culture thing. They start at a young age. They really take pride in it, and the older guys always kind of groom the younger guys, and that always helps out to sustain a program. So I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, and as we look at these highlights, what's it like to be in a state championship baseball game?
Oh, it's awesome. Our fans were amazing.
Look, there they are right there.
Jumping up and down right there. We couldn't have asked for a better support system from them. From first pitch to last pitch, they were in it all game, and it's just that atmosphere. It's tough to beat.
Yeah, it was a great atmosphere. We had several camera crews there because we had not only you all, we had Edie White playing Vanderbilt, so that's obviously a big rivalry. But what we'll do, we're going to start winding down this segment. We're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to go down to ground level because we've got some players who are dying to get on the microphone and tell us a little bit about themselves. Look at him. You see, we got a leader out there already. And a couple of them are going to play a little baseball and some football for Coach Tim Rebo. And we'll find out the baseball players where they're going to play at. But I want to get their sense of what the game was like and how they felt. It is pressure being a state championship, but they seem to handle it pretty well. We'll be right back.
At South Louisiana Bank, we're great at banking, but we're great at a lot of other stuff too.
Is that a new rod and reel?
Hey, a girl's got a fish.
We care about the community we live in and the people we serve. We're not just like you. We are you.
Are you boiling crawfish?
No, just letting them soak.
We're proud to be here and work for the place and the people we love. South Louisiana Bank. It's in the name.
Structural heart disease refers to a defect in the heart's valves, walls, or chambers that keeps the heart from pumping blood properly. Valve or structural heart problems may be present at birth or develop over time. Your risk increases if you have high blood pressure, plaque buildup, history of heart attack, take certain medications, or have certain heart infections. The Structural Heart Program at CIS and Terrebonne General provides innovative solutions and devices with the latest technology to bring the best possible outcomes for patients. Learn more at cardio.com.
Don't give up. At Waits & Downer Law Firm, we want to make sure that you have all the facts when dealing with your insurance company. We have the legal experience and ability to make them pay. Get the help you need. At Waits & Downer, it's our goal to not only get you a full damage recovery, but to get the insurance company to reimburse your legal fees. Call today for a free consultation. We are local and we are here to stay. Let our years of experience work for you.
It's Ford Fest at Terrebonne Ford. Check out our great lineup of new Fords. Take $9,000 off a new F-150 Crew Cab. Plus, get 0.9% APR for 60 months. Or take $6,000 off a new Explorer. Plus, get 1.9% APR for 72 months. So come save during Ford Fest at Terrebonne Ford in Houma. Because Terrebonne Ford delivers.
Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System's Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
All right, welcome back. We are with the victorious Berwick Panthers baseball team, and they won state championship this year 4-2 over Doyle. And during the break, see 6 degrees of separation. Tim Hemel played for Morgan City, and then Nichols from the Morgan City area. Coach was telling me that he was your best man in your wedding.
Absolutely. Still
Wow.
a great friend. Yep.
Yeah, great guy. We used to get in trouble at Nichols. All right, so let's talk about the players on your team. Let's give the overall roster first. Then I'm gonna go down and get some comments from the players themselves.
All right, so I'm going to start with the two assistants that aren't here today. They weren't able to make it, Tony Lynn and Zachary Stewart. Our trainer was Taylor Estrada. So here we got Hayden Robinson. He's a senior. Lane Rogers, junior. Rhett Ratcliffe, junior. Evan Crappell, sophomore. Jaden Milton, senior. Carter Whipple, sophomore. Dawson Richard, senior. Cole Morris, sophomore. Zach Kitchen, junior. Ian Thurgeson, sophomore. Henry Thurgeson, sophomore. Nicholas Wiggins, sophomore. Brody Newton, sophomore. Luke Thomas, senior. Aaron Askew, senior. Kyle Stansberry, sophomore. Zach Gonzalez, senior. Jason Matthews, sophomore. Eli Lodrig, freshman. Gavin Darby, freshman. Grant White, sophomore. Evan White, senior. Crew Bella, senior. Luck Lalou, junior. And Mason Johnson, senior.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's go down to the rank and file on the floor, and we're going to get a little comment from each of them and just open up the mic. Just tell us your name and a little bit about yourself and what this year meant for you.
I'm Crew Bella. I'm going to play college at Louisiana Christian to play football and baseball, and this year meant a lot to me. I mean, it was a great experience, and it's something that will live with me forever.
Yeah, all right, next.
I'm Jaden Milton. I'm going to Nichols and play football, and it was good to win state this year.
Yeah.
Because last year we came up short, so it was good to win.
Dawson Richard. I'm a senior. I catch and I pitch. I'm going to Southwest Mississippi Community College to play baseball, and I mean, this year just finished it off with this group that I've been playing with since I was little. It was special, and I can't ask for more.
No, you good. It's already on. So you
I'm Hayden Robinson. I'm a senior pitcher and shortstop. I'm going to play baseball at Nichols. And it meant a lot this year because whenever we were little watching the 2018 team win it, and then we came up short last year, it really felt good to win this year.
And so you talked about that 18 team. When that seed is set and you get that feeling, even though you might not be in the game or you might be younger, doesn't it set a trend, like Coach was saying, and it makes you watch and say, well, we can do that too.
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool watching them, play on that field in front of all those people. And, we've always dreamed of doing it whenever we were little, and then finally came to reality last year. Came up short. This year we finally finished it off.
All right, yeah. Let's pass the mic back here. Y'all can stand up if you want. That way you could, they can see you a little better. All right, there you go.
I'm Evan White. I'm a senior. I'm going to LSU next year. And this season was really special because I've been playing with all these guys since we were like 5 years old. So to have a state championship win with them, it's pretty special.
Thank you.
I'm Zach Gonzalez. I'm a senior. I played outfield in state championship game. I was a catcher. And, this year it was just great to get a win with the people, like friends and especially family being there and stuff like that, especially because it's our last year. So.
Good deal.
All right, I'm Aaron Askew, and I was a second baseman, and I'm going to Nichols next year, but not for baseball. Just going to Nichols. And it was special to win this year because I saw my older brothers do it a while back, and it didn't feel good to fall up short last year, so it was good to be able to bring it home this year.
All right. Let's bring the mic back up here. Let me ask you a couple of questions. Who was the player that kept everybody loose? Because we all know it gets tense at times. Who's the one that eased everybody up?
Jaden.
Jaden did?
Yep.
What would he do?
Yes.
That's not for TV?
Not for TV.
But he knew when to come in and get everybody loose.
Yes, sir.
And it also took the coaches to allow it because Baseball's about having fun, right?
They didn't really know about it, but yeah.
Well, they know now, and all your parents are going to know about it now.
Yes, they will.
All right, so let me ask the coach here. So, but it does take somebody to keep it loose. So look, as coaches, you know there's a little cutting up going on the team, but in Lud, I think you would agree, sometimes you just got to turn a blind eye.
Oh, yeah. No, it's, like I said, with all these seniors, we kind of knew what they had. We knew the leadership that they had. So a lot of us was just kind of letting them do their thing, to an extent until they got on our nerves too bad and crossed that line. But that didn't happen very often.
Would you consider yourself a strict coach?
I mean, I don't know how you define a
Probably
strict
on
coach.
Fundamentals and situation.
Yeah, those kind of things. I'm not a big screamer unless the time calls on it. So yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty calm coach, I would think, for the most part. But if
calmer than me.
If the time calls for it and we need a come to Jesus speech like after the Calakai New Iberia game, then I can give those too.
All right, good deal. I'm gonna come back after the break. We'll ask him about that speech he gave. I'm going to go to the players on this one. So we'll be back. Once again, Berwick victorious in the state championship. And just to let you know, we tried to get them on last week, scheduling conflict, but we are having them on. So it'll be on Facebook, YouTube. It'll be on the whole thing. And they can share it and send it to their girlfriends or their moms, their dads, whomever. So we'll be right back. Don't go away.
The new generation of Hondas are here at Barker Honda.
The all-new Accord, head of its class, miles ahead.
All new 2023 HRV and CRV.
And Pilot, built for every driving need. Family favorite Odyssey has all new trim levels.
Go everywhere with Passport.
And the award-winning Civic.
The generation for every generation. And always remember, it's better at Barker.
Terrebonne General Health System is the largest healthcare resource in Southeast Louisiana, offering a high-tech and high-touch style of healing. World-renowned services include cardiology, women's health, cancer care, and a healthy lifestyle center.
This is a true calling for all the physicians, nurses, and staff who make up our proud Terrebonne General family. We are here to provide healthcare for our community.
To discover more, please visit tghealthsystem.com.
I'm Chris St. Martin.
And I'm Chuck Bork.
Truth is, nobody wants to hire an attorney. If you're coming to us, it's probably one of the most difficult times in your life.
But it's also true that if you've been injured, you need someone to explain your rights.
Since 1967, St. Martin and Bork has been helping the people of South Louisiana understand their rights. If you've been injured and want to know more about your rights, call us for a free consultation today.
Selecting an insurance provider for your business is a big decision.
With over 26 years of experience, our offered team is your solution for quality and proven coverage.
The customer service you remember from years ago is what we pride our team on.
We know how important your company is to the community.
From small businesses to large businesses, Alford & Associates can manage your insurance. It's our job.
Alford & Associates, benefiting your employees and protecting your business.
AJ Doman Chevrolet is happy to announce that we're South Louisiana's newest Car Bravo dealer. Now you can buy any used car or truck with the confidence of a certified warranty and over 4,000 dealers to back it up. Not finding what you're looking for? Car Bravo offers up to an additional 500 units available online.
Visit us on the web at ajdomanchevy.com or at the foot of the Morgan City Bridge in Berwick.
Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System's Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda.
All right, we're back with the Berwick baseball team, victorious in the state championship game against Doyle. They won it 4-2, and certainly well-deserving of some TV time. And just to let the players know, as I was telling you in the first segment, we played Berwick. They had some great teams. There was a lot of rivalry. Same districts back then. Of course, it switched up a lot. But later on, these athletes will realize that some of their rivals become very good friends, and they'll have some good times with them. But let's talk about Coach Seth alluded to the speech he gave, the very passionate speech. Less a few words. What did he say?
Also can't say that on TV, but it was definitely well-deserved. We came out really lazy, and we played a very bad game.
So he had the respect of the team.
Yes, sir.
And why did he have the respect? Was it just over the years, the way he coached? And he didn't holler all the time. So when he raised his voice or something on that speech, you knew he meant business?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He's definitely a coach that we're all comfortable around. We like being with, and always a good time.
Yeah, so you play quarterback, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. You had a pretty good arm?
I guess so.
Yeah, there you go.
He does.
And you're going to play running back, Jaden, at Nichols?
Yeah.
All right. You going to start for Coach Rebo?
I don't know.
That's the plan. Huh?
Yep.
All right, we had an all-state defensive back in the back over there. Let's. How many picks did you have this year?
2. That's it.
But you were a big hitter?
Not really, but
It was. They all saying you were.
I had like 100 tackles. That's about it.
100 tackles.
Yeah.
That's about it?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's fantastic. No doubt about it. So how does it, we always talk to the coaches about the players making it easy on them. When you have good athletes, but you have good people, doesn't it make your job a lot easier?
It makes it really easy. With all these kids, they're all excellent students, excellent people in general. All of their work ethics are through the roof. So it makes our job really easy as a coach.
So let's give, is it Amber Monso? Did I say that right?
Yes, sir.
She's the principal,
She was the acting principal.
Okay.
She was only there for a couple of months, but she was very supportive.
Yes.
Mr. Broussard was there before, and he took another job in March or so. And so she stepped in at the right time because we had a lot of fun here the last 2 months.
Yeah, she was the first one in the dugout congratulating us every game. So she was into it.
And the AD is Mike Walker?
Yes.
Okay.
And he's another one that was in the dugout with us every single game, loves baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Lud, I get a chance to ask you this because you've been full circle as a player, as a coach, as an assistant coach. Do you ever get tired of winning?
No. When I was a head coach, I never did win it as a head coach. We lost in the finals once or twice. I think we've won 3 state championships, and I've been lucky enough to have been a part of all 3 as a player, and then 2 as an assistant. So I think maybe the lucky thing is me being an assistant, maybe not the head coach. Principal, we made it one year, and I was coaching, and Berwick's a special place. The tradition that when I started coaching and all that, that was something that when I knew coming back from college that Berwick was going to be my home again for the rest of my life. I just always had a real interest in baseball, and it's fun. It keeps me young, tries to keep me young, and it gets exciting. It don't ever get old. Like Seth was talking about being there last year. It don't ever get old going back to the state championship. That's something that you always strive for.
And I've seen the teams, even in girls sports, like Coach Albert with softball, reel off 6 state titles. They won 112 games in a row. And trust me, I know these young men understand that the underclassmen that are watching this celebration and seeing all this don't think it doesn't sink in their head, and they want a little piece of that too, because like I said, once they experience that, I know y'all gonna find this hard to believe, but some young kids were probably out in the backyard saying y'all names and playing like they were playing ball, because that's how it is. So y'all set a great example. What a great shot right there. And Coach, what was going through your mind as that was happening?
I think I was finally breathing at that point. It was just all the emotions coming in at one point. And, like I told them, you work so hard for so long to get to that one point, and it was all worth it. It was just awesome ride.
Yeah. And let me ask the players real quick. I don't know who has the microphone still. What was going through your mind on the pile-up? Is it still the same? Nobody wants to be on the bottom of the pile-up?
Unfortunately, when I caught the last pitch, I was trying to flip Dawson on the bottom, but it didn't go as planned. And I got on the bottom, and after 10 seconds, I was telling Dawson, I was like, you got to get up. I can't breathe. Can't breathe. But it was fun.
Well, congratulations. We're so glad y'all made the trip to Houma here. And I know they had some shirts for you. We'll see if we got the right sizes. But like we did with Edie White, if we don't, we're going to send them all to Berwick with y'all right size. That way y'all could have a little HTV gift. And congratulations on a great year. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for making the trip to Houma.
Kudos to our district. Not too many districts can say they have 2 state champions.
There you go. You're right. All right, we'll be back with more right here on Bayou Time Sports. Don't go away.